This video covers how to use a decision matrix to analyze different design solutions. A decision matrix is an evaluation tool that gives the design criteria a specific weight according to its importance. So if you are designing windows for company, here's 3 different window designs. You would say that safety is the most important design criteria here. Safety, number 1. And you might say that the first locking device scored 4 points for safety. So the weight would multiply how many points it got. So it would get 20 points. 5 times 4. The lock number 2 didn't lock very well at all, so it only got 1 point. So 5 times 1 would be 5 points. And lock number 3 got 5 points. It locked the best, so it got 25 points. Being reliable, also very important, not as important as safety. And lock number 1 was very safe, but it broke apart after a few times. So you multiply 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 times 4. And this design solution, keeping the cost low is important, but not the most important thing. So its weight is only 2. So that multiplier would work out like that. 2 times 2, 2 times 1. And aesthetics, the looks of it, not as important as the other things, but still kind of important to help it sell. So that multiplier, any number multiplied by 1, is the same number. So if you add them all up, that's what you do going down each column. You add up the total points after you multiply it by the weight. And then you have a systematic reason to say that lock number 3 was the best. This is called a decision matrix. To practice it further, we might think of these windows, and what they want to do is make a window that can be cleanable from a person standing on the inside of the building. So being cleanable from the inside was very important. Being maybe not as important as being safe. And we might list a few. Whoa! What happened? We might list some other criteria for the windows. And let's talk about that word criteria just really quickly. Okay, go back to here. Okay. The criteria is like, what's a desirable outcome? Desirable outcome would be a criteria. A criteria is a desirable feature. A constraint is a limitation, like size limitations. Okay, so criteria, if the window has to fit between a certain wall support, that's a constraint on the size. Go. Constraint. Go. Okay, so wall size would be a constraint. It has to be cleanable by someone standing inside. That's a desirable outcome. Excuse me. Uh, we want it to have beautiful views, so that's a criteria. It's something we desire. If it's a good insulator to keep fuel costs low, something like if the fuel costs go too high on the building, that's a limitation. And if we want it, it can only go up to 10 kilograms, that's a constraint. Get them all right this time? Yeah. All right. So think of criteria as desirables and constraints as limitations, which are also desirable. Like we want it to fit. That's desirable, but it's a size limitation. Or we want it to insulate well. Well, that's a fuel cost limitation. So based on this stuff, make your toothpaste recipe. Okay, and then last term, trade-offs is like, okay, uh, this one, why did it move? Oh, because I did that. Let's say, okay, uh, uh, also, what did they say? Reliability, and let's say the cost, being low cost. So reliability and low cost. So if something, if let's say the sliding pane's not very cleanable from the inside, but pretty safe, and and pretty reliable, but the cost, they let too much of the cold air in, so the fuel cost for heating the building was bad. We would so one more example with this. So this would be 4 times 2. So this would be 8. 5 times 4, so it scored 20. 3 times 4 scored 12. And for cost, it did poorly. So we scored 2. So the total points, 28, 40, so it got 42 points. So I might accept the cost and the reliability. I might accept that it was lower on here if I get higher on safety. That's called a trade-off. So what criteria can you accept? Like I probably don't want to accept something that's like a 1 for safety. And this tool just helps me analyze my problem, my design solutions. Okay, so what I want you to do is with, uh, go back to here. Okay, cool. What I want you to do, define your criteria and constraints for your toothpaste project. Look at the evidence and do your decision matrix chart here with the desirable outcomes for toothpaste. What are 3 of them? Give them each a weight, and then brainstorm different ways you could increase the whitening power. Think of trade-offs you can make. Turn these 3 slides in today.